What's up, dog?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm kicking it. I like that.
Yeah, it's good. I like it. Keep those deuces up.
You ever see that thing where it's like, if you go into a job interview, you're supposed to go like this beforehand?
Yes, make yourself really big.
Yeah.
Yes, welcome to being a woman, Benny. This is what we have to teach ourselves to do, to take up space.
Oh.
Yeah, I believe it's in a book called Lean In. Yeah.
Are you do you feel like your body is well leaned in currently? Do you feel like you're taking up space in the podcast?
Yeah. I'll take up space. I'll take up
you can
more
raise
space.
the chair if you want to.
Yeah, you got to sometimes you broaden the shoulders, okay? And then you do power stance, hands on your hips, and then inhale and exhale through the mouth.
That's what it's like to be a woman.
Yeah, that's what it's like when you have
like
to
this.
psych yourself up. Be like, I'm okay. I don't have to apologize for being here.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what women do before every job interview.
What do I listen to Rocky.
Rocky?
And I shadow box in the hallway.
Oh, that's fun. Okay.
When the interview can see me, like
Yeah.
the person, they're like, is he shadow boxing?
Yeah, they're probably thinking he really wants this podcast or this. He really wants this job.
It's a job interview for a podcast co-host.
Could you imagine? Oh my God, how terrifying that would be.
They like have like a panel who like judge how like invasive your laugh is.
Yeah. Is he adding to the riff or taking away from it? And you're like, oh God.
Oh, now I'm self-conscious.
Yeah, I know. No, you're doing great. We're all doing great. We're doing the best we can.
Before you came here, I was going like this in my room.
Yeah.
Listening to meditation.
Yeah, taking up a lot of space in this room.
Shit, fuck. Yeah, it do take up too much space.
No, you do not take up too much space.
The room is tiny. That's the thing.
The room is small. Is this a twin bed?
That's right.
Attaboy.
I thought it's a really high ceiling, so I thought about getting like a loft.
Yeah, you could get a loft, but then it
know.
might take away from the sunlight, and you want to keep that light.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
And the other thought is there's two parts of it where it's one, getting in and out of it.
Yeah.
And then two, having somebody over.
Yes.
Like, you want to climb up the loft with me real quick?
I mean,
Like,
I know a lot of people who have a twin bed and they still get laid, so I'm sure it's
sure.
fun.
But I mean, the loft bed is the weird part.
I was
where you're, like,
trying to
climbing up
decide which one would be worse, a loft bed or a twin bed.
Well, the twin bed is a necessity for space.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And you still get lucky. Yeah, you're a lucky boy.
As long as I do my power poses.
There we go.
She's like coming to I'm already at like a restaurant, just like this fucking.
Yeah. Do you want to buy a drink?
I like knock it out of her hand.
Yeah. She's like, oh no.
I always get the intrusive thought when somebody comes over, they have like a drink, to just like slap it out of their hand as like a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's like a power move. Yeah.
Would you have any intrusive thoughts, or do you have any power moves?
I get intrusive thoughts sometimes. I get one time. Oh my God! It just came back. Oh God, because I thought about it. There's this. I get facials. It's a
like the mud mask type.
Yes. Yeah. So I go to a place that gets them done professionally because I'm a woman in her 30s in entertainment. Do not judge me, okay? I have disposable income. Anyway, so I get these done, but in order to do it, they have to put this they hold your hair back and they tie it with this cloth that makes a terrible sound. And every time I go,
what kind of sound?
it's like
Oh, sure.
it's like cotton on cotton. Do you know what I mean?
Like I'm trying to imagine it like a bad version of that, like as opposed to like a soft rustling.
Yeah, it's the way it's making me unhinged right now.
I know what you mean. Like nails on a chalkboard type.
Yeah, but it's like a similar. Everybody's got that one sound that's like, oh,
Absolutely.
And that's the sound for me, and so I dread the first 2 minutes of this facial because I know that they're going to make that sound. And then one time it was so bad that every time I just kept thinking about it, and I kept thinking about it, and I kept thinking about it. And I couldn't relax for like 30 minutes because I kept thinking about that sound and shivering and shaking and being like, it's got to go away, right? It's got to go away. So yeah, I do get intrusive thoughts.
That's at least like when you hear that sort of noise, at least you're immediately like being professionally relaxed. You know what I mean? You're like in a circumstance where I don't know. I would listen to nails on a chalkboard if it like then was followed by like a back like you know what I mean? Shoulder massage.
Yeah, if those nails then rubbed your back. Yeah, that would be great.
My back was the chalkboard.
Yeah.
Like I do get ASMR.
Yes.
Like people doing like the egg down your spine type thing. I love like when people go like, "There's an egg on your head,"
and the yolk drips down.
Yeah, like
there's an egg. Crack it. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that stuff.
Yes. Or people whispering.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. That's always fun. Whenever my boyfriend and we got massages.
Fiance.
Oh, excuse me. Fiance.
Just correcting.
I call him my boyfriend. We have not upgraded. We've been engaged for a year and we have not upgraded to fiance yet.
Oh, sure.
We also haven't planned anything. So maybe that's why we're like, who gives a shit?
Oh, sure.
The only thing is now I have jewelry. But we got massages in Costa Rica. How exotic. I really sound like a bougie bitch, but I'm not. We saved for a long time for that vacation. Anyway, but they do all this, like, they like crack things open and they have you smell stuff like citrus and
it's like an aromatherapy.
Yes, and then they do sounds and stuff. It was very nice. It was like, oh my goodness.
Is it one person or is it like a team where like one person's doing like a bowl in the corner thing, like they're like, oh, like one person does all that to you?
It's one person, yeah.
Interesting.
But we did a couples massage, so it was 2 people, 1 per person.
Gotcha.
But then they have a sound going on in the background, so
cool.
they but there's like speakers.
I love those bowls. You know what I'm talking
Bowls
about?
are
Like the
great.
Tibetan bowls.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Those are very like ding.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was.
Thank
you
you so
got like
much.
a residence.
I'll be your bowl, Benny.
Sounds good. Now I need 2 more people. One person to smell good and another person to punch me in the back. Shit, fuck.
Just punch me in the back. Give the man what he wants.
Pretty much.
Punch him in the back.
Folks, I've never been to a spa place, but I think I should. Once I have the money, I'd love to.
It's really great. There's affordable places. You just got to make sure they're not the handsy places.
Oh, sure. Yeah. You got to make sure they're not.
Yeah, you're not the happy ending massage parlors. Yeah.
No, yeah. I am not interested. Maybe I'd be interested in that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not like against that as an idea. I guess I'm against it being like black market. Like that should just be like, legalized and allowed or whatever. Just a woke signal.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I'd be fine with that as long as they were treated appropriately.
Yes, if it wasn't a woman trying to buy her freedom.
Yeah.
Then it's great.
Yeah, sure.
But in Astoria, that's where I live. I live in Astoria. And
how much could freedom cost anyway?
It's apparently very
Probably
expensive.
A lot,
yeah, not great. I saw an SVU episode. It's not cheap.
Yeah. They don't. Do they? They don't let them.
What do you mean?
They don't let them buy the freedom. It's not like a 7-year indentured servitude type
well,
thing.
It's like they pay their way to get from wherever they're from, and they have to pay back however much they owe in order to get there.
Oh, gotcha.
So it's like paying off their debts.
But then I assume they get trapped in some sort of like continuous like interest cycle. Like
exactly.
I assume it's like
it's high interest rates.
Yeah. Okay.
They only pay them $7 an hour or whatever. So
right.
even when you tip them, they don't get all their tips. But it's a whole thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you just got to make sure to stay away from those places. But those places are not on Groupon. So go on Groupon.
I won't go.
yeah. In that case, I will not go. But go on Groupon because those places are very much underground. They're not doing any advertising. It's you just walk by and you're like, I could get a massage. You can tell.
Right.
But if they're on Groupon, then they're legit above board because
they have to be vetted by some process.
Exactly.
That's cool.
There you go.
We gave the public some information.
Yeah. Well, that was my understanding. So hopefully I'm not wrong. Okay. Tweet at me if I am.
look into it slightly further at least.
Yes. Yeah. Look at a little bit more
research.
I'm not too worried about it because no one's trying to jerk me off. So at any kind of massage. So but you should be a little more careful.
Hey, but if it was legalized, they would be.
That's true.
There would be a version.
You would have to. Yeah, there would be a version of it. But I feel like with women, that's got to be a lot more complicated. It's not
for the right price.
That's true. How much are you willing to pay? But guys, it's so easy. You just roll over. And then
you get some nice citrus smell.
Yeah. All right, now
Folks,
we know what Betty needs.
All I need is a little citrus.
Good for you. That sounds great.
I actually did. One time, this girl had peppermint oil, that I liked a lot. It smelled good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She like had it on her neck and stuff.
Nice.
And so I tried putting on my dick and balls.
Oh no!
But it hurt a bunch. It hurt my body, and so it just was like rolling on the floor in pain.
Oh no, Benny! That's so. You're like, this is gonna smell great. I'm giving a gift to whoever's gonna see this treat next, and you're like, oh my god.
Yep.
The pain. Pepper. Yeah, stays above the waist.
Not good. Yeah.
I'm glad you learned that lesson.
Yep.
I'm sad you had to learn it the hard way.
That's right.
Oh God. Yeah. No, that sounds. But women, we already know that. We know to keep certain things away from the downstairs. Guys, you guys are all external, so you're like, let's see what this is. Just like my wrist. You know.
Yeah, but it turns out it's not.
No. Much more sensitive than your wrist.
That's right.
Benny, how old are you?
I'm 29.
29?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's great. People, I guess I seem young to people.
Yeah, you seem younger. But that's great.
I talk about like in dinosaurs and video games. So
I'm looking around. I'm like, oh yeah, that checks out. Yeah, like butterflies.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the fascination with butterflies?
I like.
Yeah. Okay. That's great.
Well, I like insects a lot.
Yeah.
And I guess part of like butterflies kind of fascinate me, where people don't view them as insects in like a creepy way. They like them.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I've always found that really interesting.
Oh, nice.
And then just like, I find them beautiful and cool and stuff.
Yeah. Yep. That's great.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Key West, Florida?
No.
Okay. Well,
a lot of butterflies?
There's a comedy club there, Comedy Key West. It's great. Steve and I go every winter, and they have a butterfly conservatory.
Oh, hell yeah.
And you just walk through, and there's hundreds of thousands of butterflies, and they're all different kinds, and they'll flutter in and they'll land on your head, and they'll, I have a bunch of pictures, but they're beautiful butterflies, and they land on you. You can feed them. And then you have to go into a special room that blows on you to make sure that there's no butterflies.
Oh, that's cool.
So you don't take any butterflies with you. Yeah, it's really cool.
They have a butterfly conservatory that's much smaller, like not that big. That sounds amazing. But they have like kind of a room, maybe 2 or 3 times this room in Philly at the Natural History Museum.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
The name of my hour is Butterfly Pavilion. Oh. I love butterflies. Big fan.
Yep. What's your favorite butterfly?
I don't care about them like that.
Okay.
I care about them as an idea as opposed to like
a species.
Yeah, the taxonomy species. Stuff bores me.
Okay.
Yeah, I like more like the vibe.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. All right. I like that.
We've all learned some stuff.
No, you don't have to. Why?
By the way, folks, this is Caitlin Peluffo.
Oh, hi. How's it going, everybody? I'm Caitlin Peluffo.
Another comedian. Very funny. We've had like some cool career milestones that have like lined up in like a neat way.
Yeah.
We both did JFL and then a Comedy Central set at the same time. Same
shows.
Same shows.
Same everything. Yeah.
Pretty neat.
It's pretty nice. It's nice to have a friendly face because those things are so nerve-wracking.
Absolutely.
And I was very nervous for both sets. And it was like, oh, we're in this together again. It's nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I loved your sets both times. But
you too.
You also were very kind the whole time.
Oh,
I remember at JFL we were like, you're a silly goose, and like I don't really like to everybody, not just to me, but like when people would like do something that you really enjoyed or something, you're like that you're being a silly goose.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was cool.
Well, I find like with JFL in particular, I knew I was like the old hag, not the old. That's probably the worst way I could have. Yeah. That is not accurate. I meant more like an old hat. Like I'd kind of been in a high pressure situation before. I kind of, I was like the vet, I guess, of the group. Everybody was kind of newer, and I'd been doing it for like 10 years.
I guess I had seen you on, I guess one of the late night shows.
Colbert. Yeah. I'd already done Colbert. I'd done a bunch of like, oh, thank you. But I'd done like, I auditioned for The Cellar. So I already had these like high pressure moments. And I could tell for some of the people, it was like their first time, like, oh shit.
Yeah, that was my first like quote unquote high pressure.
Yeah.
Moment,
Yeah.
sure.
So I was like, okay, well, if I freak out, then everybody else might freak out. So Let's do some breathing exercises. That was what surprised me, was that I was doing breathing exercises.
We all did it together.
Yeah,
you got to stand on it. Yeah. It's very supportive.
Yeah,
very,
and it was funny because Daoud, who's like cool as a cucumber, he's very hip, and he's like, no, I'm good. And then we do it, and he's like, that really helped. Thank you.
Yeah. Shout out Daoud.
Yeah, it's so funny, funny. Yeah. He's another one that we did it all together.
Yeah. It was. Was there another person?
It was you, me, Daoud.
Who did JFL and Comedy Central? That's like the same job?
Oh gosh,
I think there might have been.
Emil?
Skylar. Well, yeah, there were a couple of people who were in. Yeah, I think there were a few.
Yeah,
there were people who were in the other JFL groups.
Yeah,
and also maybe a little bit in the other Comedy Central groups.
Yeah.
But you, me, and Daoud were like, we lined up with both.
Exactly. Yeah.
So Emil and Skylar Higley and like. A few others.
Yeah, and other people.
And other ones.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, that was very fun. And Adam, I loved Adam during the when what's it called? Pete Holmes was giving the pep talk, and he was like the hip pocket, and Adam was like, yeah, and Allison was like, what the hell? It was so funny.
Yeah, shout out Adam.
Yeah,
Adam Gilbert.
He's a kick in the pants.
He's great. It's cool that like I guess also just the fact that it brings sort of like the West Coast. Mm-hmm. Like it's like because we don't normally interact with them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I have no clue what's happening in LA.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I'm originally from San Francisco.
Oh, really?
So
okay.
I know a little bit of what's going on just because I keep in contact with those comics. I didn't start out there. I started in New York, but whenever I go home, I would always do shows there, and so I got to know the comics out there, like Irene 2, Andrew Ruffalo, Daoud. I already knew them before.
Orion.
Yeah, Orion Levine. Yes, that sweet boy.
Shout out.
shout out. Look at this. This is just a shout out episode where we're just like, we love all these people.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I know a little, and then I try to go to LA once or twice a year. But I prefer New York for stand-up. Yeah, it's great scene. You started in Philly?
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, Philly's great. I was just there.
I
was doing the what's it called?
Punchline. Oh, sure. I'm doing that on Sunday.
Have fun.
I actually saw you on the calendar. I was like, oh shit, Caitlin.
Yeah, I know her. Yeah, it was fun. I opened for Mateo Lane in Philly. And so when I headlined Philly, he did a little shout out for me, which was so nice. And then a bunch of gay men came, and it was a blast.
Hell yeah.
Oh, gay men are the best audience members because when they laugh, they're into you. They don't hold back. They have no shame about the way they sound. They're not afraid to be vulnerable. It's great. I love it. I love fun. Gay men. Yeah.
I hope I get some at my show.
Yeah, gay men, go see Benny.
Yeah.
It's great.
Same ones. Go to the
Mm-hmm. Literally, I had just gotten Botox too for the first time.
Oh, really?
I don't get it usually. I just got it to try it out, and I got it, and they all came up, and I had a joke about it. They come up to me, they're like, "Can you move your eyebrows?" It's like, yeah, and they're like, "Then it's not good enough." No,
it's not good. That's funny.
But I was like, I need to move my eyebrows. I'm a comedian.
I feel like you do some fun stuff in the space of like gender role and like that kind of dynamic.
Yeah.
Like your fiance being a smaller,
yes,
effeminate man is extremely funny.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, he is. I say that he's effeminate, and he is, but he's not nearly as girly as I make him out to seem.
Right, it's sort of in the act.
Yeah. He's not like like if you look at him, he definitely presents as male. Mm-hmm. That's what I want to make sure everyone knows. But
he's a comedian as well?
He's a comedian. Yeah, okay. Steve Rogers. He's so funny.
Okay. I don't think I've met him.
Works completely clean. So him and I are like polar opposites.
Oh, that's
it's very fun. Yeah.
You're filthy.
I am disgusting.
Raucous.
Yes. Yes, it is horrific. But yeah, he's also very emotional, and he's in touch with his feelings. It's very refreshing. It is, and I'm the one that's a little withholding and a little like, I know, but
did you meet through comedy?
We did. Yeah,
cool.
We met at a comedy festival.
Oh, awesome.
And we were friends for a long time, and then we both got single around the same time, got drunk, and then hooked up. Yeah, highly recommend. Sleep with your friends. Yeah, sometimes it works out.
Drink.
Yeah, that's a Drake song.
No, drinking.
Oh, drink.
Yeah.
I thought you said drink.
We recommend.
It's like, okay.
This podcast is sponsored by alcohol.
Yeah.
The general idea.
Yeah, what do you think we're doing now? I'm just kidding. It's water.
Oh yeah, look at these cups that we stole. That I stole from the Comedy Central set.
He stole it. It'd be crazy if they got upset with you about stealing these plastic
I feel like you're supposed
cups.
to. Do you feel like you're supposed to?
Yeah. I think I just didn't get the memo. I didn't love my set, so I left in a huff. Well, not even in a huff, but I was overthinking to myself.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You said you were doing material that was like you had already filmed or already done.
It was older material, and so I did a bunch of stuff that was already on like Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
But but it wasn't on anything official, and I couldn't do anything from my late nights. So.
Oh sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I get a lot of my jokes were already on Instagram, but like filmed by like.
Yeah,
like
me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Whereas this is like, at least now you have that material filmed from a bunch of angles and you get to say it well to like a good audience and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now it's like I'm really glad it's on there, and it's also more people saw it. Yes, because it's not just.
Yes, absolutely. Did you have this experience? The room was like it was hard for me to breathe.
Like
it was like really stuffy or something, or maybe I was just like nervous, but it seemed like they had bad ventilation. Where like like in there's like that backstage zone.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
I don't know.
They also had like a fog machine thing.
Oh, did they?
I think that might be what you're talking about.
I like chug somebody else's water backstage. I can't like speak right now.
Yeah, it was a weird. I'm so grateful for it. I just want to say
I'm not.
Thank you, Comedy Central. Yeah, dream come true, Comedy Central.
No, that was awesome. Yeah,
but I went on last, which is fine, But I
headlining.
But I came in too strong, and they were like, "Holy shit, this woman is yelling at us." Because my opening line was, "We're going out with some feminine energy. You better clap or I'll rip your dick off." And that was not the move. Because the guy was genuinely like, "Oh my God." I think I scared the shit out of this little kid. I felt so bad.
Actually, also, like, I've been doing a thing where I do the Tourette's jokes up top just to be like, look, I know. And then I switch gears. And I didn't do it in that set. I like did a couple other jokes up top first and then some Tourette stuff. And the jokes I did before the Tourette stuff, they're like kind of like you can kind of see in the set that they're like not ready for it yet.
Yeah,
they're kind of like going like, what?
Yeah, what's happening?
Is he gonna address the Tourette's? And then I do, and then it's cool from there.
Yeah.
But I feel similarly. I feel like I came out incorrectly.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, same. I feel, but then I also, after watching everybody's sets, I felt like everybody's first joke kind of went flat. And then their next jokes were great. It was like everybody's across the board.
They kind of have to, they had to go, this person, are they any good?
Exactly. Yeah. They had to watch us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like actually, though. You know what I mean? It feels like that.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, because that fell flat. Then I was like, well, I'm going to have to dig myself out of this hole. And then it did. And it was a fine set. But I was just fixated on that first joke. And so I left kind of being like, did I bomb on Comedy Central?
I don't.
And then my very good friend Jordan Jensen reminded me.
Shout out Jordan.
Shout out Jordan.
Also on the thing.
Yes, also on the thing. Yeah. But she was like, "You did not. What are you talking about?" And I was like, "I bombed." And she's like, "Girl," she's very sweet. So she talked me off a ledge. Thank you, Jordan. I'm here because of you. But
it's good to have supportive friend systems in the. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, it's good to have, and you got to keep them close.
Yeah.
You got to cherish them because this business can be very competitive.
Oh yeah.
And it's not even us being competitive; it's other people putting that competitiveness on us.
Right. Because part of it's like it's not a zero-sum game. Like you can be really funny, and someone else can be really funny, and it's like it's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that. You can live symbiotically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can both be funny.
Yeah.
There can be two funny women. What? That always baffles me.
It's like that thing where like back in the 80s they would only let there be like one famous black guy comedian or something. Like they literally did that on purpose or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. I don't know.
Isn't it wild? It's like the idea of the other. There can only be one other, and it's like now times have changed so much that it's like no. It doesn't have to be one. There can be many. You know,
right.
Funny is funny. Let's just whatever they look like is whatever they look like. You know.
Oh yeah.
But still, people will put that on. You know, like, oh, you were the funniest girl on the show, and it's like, why? Why? There doesn't need to be a funniest girl. Just did you enjoy the show? Yes, great. Follow me on Instagram. You know,
I gotta remember to start plugging stuff more.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the takeaway from this conversation.
People go, you were the funniest guy with Tourette's on the show. I'm like, whew.
Thank God.
Shit.
Are there other comics with Tourette's?
There actually are. Yeah, there's a few. Yeah.
Oh, is there like a Facebook group or?
No, I just know of them. Part of it's like I've Googled comedian with Tourette's.
Smart move.
And I know who else comes up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sam Comro. He's a well-known comedian. He's very funny.
Oh,
he's
cool.
been on like America's Got Talent. Is how he America's Got Talent. I think so. Yeah. That's
cool.
that's how he's known. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about doing America's Got Talent?
I would love to. They actually reached out at some point. And basically, like I put my foot in my mouth like immediately. Part of it's like I have cursing Tourette's, but then also they like asked me like my origin story, and I told them about like doing psychedelics, and it's like that's like that's not gonna land. That's not gonna like play on the television.
No.
You know? Yeah.
No. Well, it could be funny if they bleep it. That would be hilarious.
Yeah.
I think you just walk out and it's bleep, 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 bleep.
It could have been good if I hadn't mentioned doing psychedelics. I think there's a chance I could have done America's Got Talent, but
another producer will reach out to you.
Yeah.
I've been reached out to by like 3 or 4 different producers.
Oh, really?
Because there's like many. There's like 10, and so someone else will reach out to you, Betty. Don't worry.
Sure.
And just keep the psychedelics to yourself.
Exactly. I'm sure they have a note. Well, I mean, I don't know. I think it's like a little cynically, like kind of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Sam Comro did really well, I think, on it. Like, so, you know, comedian with Tourette's, I think he either got like second place or finals or something. They're not going to do another comedian with Tourette's.
Yeah, they are.
Would they? I don't know.
Yeah, they would do it. Yeah, they want a story, baby.
Do they? Okay.
Yeah, so do a different story.
Different origin story.
Yeah.
Maybe. I fell into a vat of shaking acid.
Yeah, I got bit by a Tourette spider.
Yeah,
and now I have Tourette.
I'm possessed by a ghost.
Yeah, exactly. That'll be fun. But yeah, they've asked me a few times. What's your origin story? My origin story? Yeah. I'm from San Francisco. I started playing sports. Soccer was my big one. I went to college. I went to art school.
Like, what would they put on like America's Got Talent? Like, what would your origin story be like? What would playing some music over?
Nothing. Or whatever. Thank God. Knock on wood. Nothing too tragic has ever happened to me.
Oh yeah. or just like if they were like, her dream is to be the biggest star in the world or whatever. Like,
yeah.
You know, what's the dream?
No, the dream is to be like not the biggest star in the world. No way. That sounds awful. I would like to go get coffee in peace. I love there's careers I admire, you know, like I admire like Fortune Feimster's career. She still does a lot of stand up, who does parts in movies and still gets to see her family. You know, that sounds wonderful. Same. I also love Adam Sandler's career.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I mean, how fun is he? His life is great.
Well, speaking of like friendship, like he really like has a group of friends that he helps out. You know what I mean?
He has his group of friends. He just got back into stand up. Did you watch 100% Fresh?
He's hitting the mics.
Yeah, he's going to mics now.
I think I did. Is that the music one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
I loved it. It was pure joy.
It was, fantastic.
It was so great. I listen to it when I'm sad.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. A couple sad ones in there, too.
Yeah. The one of
Chris Farley.
Farley makes me cry.
Yeah.
But sometimes you need a good cry.
Sometimes you need a good cry. And to watch stand-up comedy to get a good cry is rare. Yeah.
It's so good. And then Bar Mitzvah Boy. Bar Mitzvah Boy. Bar Mitzvah Boy. Oh, I'm going to listen to that on my way to my next spot.
Sounds like you've watched this more times than I have.
Yeah, I've watched it and I've listened to it a bunch. Yeah,
cool.
Steve and I, we like that. That's one that we like together. We have different tastes in comedy. I don't like a slow talker.
Neither do I.
Right?
Yeah.
But he loves like every word has its place. He loves those kind of jokes, and I don't.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I like a little chaos, you know. Give me a little chaos. And then, but that's one of the ones that we can agree on. What's that?
Well, I like jokes, but I like when somebody is like, you know, being themselves.
Yes.
And I feel like sometimes when somebody's being a slow talker, they're sort of putting on this slow character, and it just bothers me.
Yes.
And I'm like, just say the words.
Yeah.
Say some stuff.
You can say it faster. It's
Just
like
say
almost
it.
like you're just trying to stretch out
Let's
30
go.
minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You're trying to have a special with less jokes.
Yeah. But I get it. They pause for emphasis. What you do, you know. And there's still jokes that I like that are done that way. Totally great, you know. But I just prefer like a little bit more of a.
You watch it at 1.5 YouTube speed.
Exactly. Yeah. So I might next time,
Not
you
bad,
know.
yeah.
But might help me out. But yeah, I like a little like a frazzle dazzle, a little in the moment, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Like I was just watching Tom Papa's first special. And he's
great.
great joke writer, and then he also did a little crowd work. He was like, "Why not?" It's like, yeah, something was bothering him, so he talked about it. It's like, that's great. That is a present man.
He had a good bit in his last one about like something about like killing billionaires or something. And that was
really?
like unexpected, and I was like, "Oh, cool, Tom."
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. I was into it.
Okay, Tom.
It's like billionaires shouldn't, or like I don't. It's hard. How do you do a Tom Papa impression?
They shouldn't
Wow.
exist. They shouldn't exist. They shouldn't
That's
exist.
good. That's good.
Steve's opening for him tomorrow in Atlantic City. Yeah.
Show him the impression.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
do
Get it ready for me, Steve. But
I'm like thinking about how to do his.
I know.
How to do his voice and what he would say.
it's like a little like a breathy at the end, like. Then we go. Where do you go? You gotta leave. We all gotta leave. And then he cooks bread, right? He makes bread.
Does he?
Yeah.
Is that part of the act?
Yeah, he has a podcast called Breaking Bread.
Really?
Do you garden?
Oh yeah, that's what all that stuff.
Okay, because I see so many pots over here.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I'm looking at this trying to just like,
There's also plants around.
what is going on? This little greenhouse in here. You're making do with one window, baby. That is pretty good. How many people live in your apartment?
4.
4.
Yep.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. I am so curious.
Yeah.
I will ask you afterwards how much
sure.
you pay for this apartment.
Sure. Yeah.
But not right now.
912. I paid $912. Yeah.
You pay $912 for just
Yeah.
your room?
Yep.
Great. Because like we have like a 2-bedroom in Astoria, and we pay $2,100. And we have a little bit of a backyard, which is nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, a little backyard
Well,
area.
I'm moving soon, so
You
I'm
are.
trying to get a maybe a better deal or.
Do you want to stay in
something.
Brooklyn?
I think so.
Yeah.
But maybe Astoria. I don't know.
I used
I'm
to
looking at
live
different spots,
here. I used to live right near here.
Don't dox me.
Yeah.
Don't tell them where the fuck I am.
I won't. Okay. Well,
Shit,
it's not
fuck.
really near you. Actually, I live a different subway stop away from you.
Oh sure.
Yeah, but I lived on Class and in
But-
Lafayette.
Which is nowhere near me.
Nowhere near. It's not.
That's pretty close. Yeah.
But I went to Pratt.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I went to
Yeah, yeah.
Pratt, and then
Walked around that campus the other day. Looked at all the statues.
It's
yeah.
nice, right?
Yeah.
It's a nice little sculpture park.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised they let you on.
I look like a student.
You do.
Yeah.
You do look like a student. But yeah, I went to grad school fresh out of undergrad, like right away, and that's how I got to New York. But yeah, I used to live right there, and I was walking around, and I was like, God, this area has changed. There's so many coffee shops.
Oh yeah, it's a coffee shop
wonderful.
every block. or
Every
something,
block.
Yeah. Shit, fuck.
shit, fuck. Yeah, that's what
right.
I was thinking. That's how shit, fuck. Yeah, there's 4 coffee stops.
That's when if somebody tries to do an impression of me, if they're gonna do the Tourette's, it's like that's a big question on my mind.
What's that?
If anybody ever does an impression of my act,
Yeah.
will they do the Tourette's?
I mean, they kind of have to.
They kind of have to.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
wild if they were just doing your jokes. I don't think
Yeah.
people would know what they're talking.
They'd have to kind of go like. or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
do a
Maybe
little-
just that one.
Yeah, but
Shit fuck.
shit fuck is like that's the only one I've ever heard you do.
That's one of my main ones.
Yeah.
Interesting. I have several.
You have
Yeah.
several.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I feel like I've also seen you at your most nervous. You know?
Yup.
Yeah. I've only seen you and Daoud at your most vulnerable states.
breathing exercise.
Yeah, I know. That was dope. Thank you. It's like, Daoud, okay. Yeah, it was so funny.
Do you, I was thinking, do you have like an hour that you're trying to film or something?
I am. Yeah, I'm doing, I'm recording not a special, but I'm doing an album. June 7th through 10th.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
That's like in a couple weeks. What the heck?
Yeah, in a couple weeks.
What's the name?
I don't know what the name is going to be, but I'm doing it at the San Francisco Punchline, which is
cool.
exciting.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I really have to start promoting it.
Just audio? Is that it?
Just audio, but I am going to tape it, but I'm going to do it for clips. I'm going to cut it up and then release it.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Sirius XM type stuff?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited, but who knows? Everything could all go wrong, but that's all right. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Which is fun.
Yeah, it's also fine. It's also, they're recording, I think, 6 shows. So within the 6 shows, I should be able to get something usable.
Nice.
Yeah.
I always love when you watch a stand-up special. And I would absolutely do like 6 recordings to make sure the special is good. But I love when you watch it and they cut to the audience and like the same part of the audience and you see different people in the same chair.
Yeah.
You're like, that was not the...
Yeah. That's different.
Especially if it's like a distinct person, like like a lady with like a blue mohawk or something.
Yeah.
And it cuts back and it's like a small Asian woman.
Yeah.
That's not who was there.
What happened to the movie magic here, huh? Yeah. I'm doing it with Blonde Medicine and they're going to tape it.
Like hair dye you taking? Yeah. What is Blonde Medicine? Is that like a...
It's it's a label. It's like a record label.
Okay.
Yeah. But I didn't think about what Blonde Medicine actually is.
Medicine that cures blondness.
Yeah. It's like, what is that meaning? I should ask them. But yeah, I'm nervous. I'm excited, but I'm nervous. I ran my hour at Grove 34 on Monday. And I was sick. To be fair, I was sick. But I... really struggled. I was all over the place. But the last week, or like 2 weeks prior, I was running it, and it was like a well-oiled machine. And I was like, I'll do it. It'll be okay. So I'm a little nervous, but I have 2 more times to run it before we start recording.
As long as you're not going to be sick,
No.
And even if you are, you have 6, so it's like,
Yeah.
one of them could be the sick one. Or
Yeah. And I can also, I don't know. It'll be fine. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be.
Have you done one before?
No, this will be my first one.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah. This is, I wanted to record an album before my 10th year.
Oh, sure.
So in January, it'll be my 10th year in comedy.
Nice.
So I was like, okay, we'll record one now, get rid of all that material, and then start again. And I'm pretty excited about it. Yeah.
Yeah,
it'll be fine.
That makes sense. 10,
yeah.
And then another one before you're 20.
Yeah. Hopefully less time. Hopefully maybe a couple years. That would be nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think is a good, once you're a professional comedian, what's a good turnaround time?
It always is incredible to me people who can do it within a year.
I think that's too fast.
I think that's too fast. I think 2 years is great. Like every 2 years to have a new hour.
Yeah,
especially if you're headlining more and more, hypothetically you would be headlining after 10 years. A significant amount.
Something that came to mind is like, sorry.
That's okay.
Wrong pipe. The idea of let's say you have an hour and then you record an hour, put it out there, people love it. You go on tour, now you got nothing.
Yeah.
So you have to have an hour and 30 before you can record an hour.
Well, this is what I discovered from opening for Mateo and Fortune is that they run their hour and they get kind of bored with it. And so they start tinkering with other things before the hour is recorded. And then they record and they go back to the structured hour. And then they have some stuff, but they don't release it for another 3 months or something like that. So it gives you time to still run that same material, but just cycle stuff out. So that's what I'm hoping. I'm going to run the hour and then
enter the zeitgeist.
And then it won't be ready for another 6 months. So I have 6 months to kind of get a new 30, so that I have enough that I can present.
Right.
Yeah.
That's got to be like just a clock ticking kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh my God, only 15 minutes. I got 2 months to go, But
do you riff on stage?
A lot.
Really?
It is my biggest weakness.
Do you record your riffs though, or is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't record my sets, so if I'm riffing,
Really?
I fully.
You don't record your sets?
I don't find it useful.
Okay.
Well, part of it is that my style is very conducive to like it's very obvious to me after the set. I can like remember which jokes landed and which ones didn't.
Yeah.
Whereas I think if somebody does bits, it's not as obvious. You have to like re-listen and go, why did they laugh here?
Yeah.
But for me, it's very clear. For me, it's like very obvious.
Yeah.
It's like this joke, no. This joke, yes.
Yeah.
Or why? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't listen to all of my sets, but I'll mark the ones that like I'll get off stage and I'll be like, listen, this joke, because I used to just record them blindly and I'll be like, I'll listen. And then I haven't listened to them in 2 years. But now when I'm like, okay, I'm working on this joke, I'll put it down and then I'll save it and I'll listen to it. Because right now it's just taking up a lot of space on my phone. Yeah. So
I have a cool device. I'll show you afterwards.
Yeah.
But it's like a cool thing that like flips around to plug into your phone. And then you can. It has like 128 gigs. And you flip it around the other way. It's a USB.
What?
Yeah, it's how I move the podcast from my phone to the computer really easily. Actually, I'll show you right now.
Please show me this contraption. Look at this. So can you record directly onto it?
I can actually, but I think it like makes it slower, makes it jankier. But yeah, so like this part goes in the phone, flip it around, USB.
Okay.
128 gigabytes.
And then it just... So can you
not
do
an
it?
Advertisement. I won't show the brand because it's not an advertisement.
Okay, but can you on it? Can you set it up on your phone so that all of your voice recordings go onto this?
Yeah, so it's connected to like an app thing.
Uh-huh.
So you put it into the phone, like it pops up and it's like external hard drive. Like, what do you want to move to it? You can move anything you want to it.
Oh,
and like that kind of thing.
My God!
You can open the folders.
You might have saved me.
Yeah.
I'm taking a picture of this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? I'm so sorry. This is so
absolutely.
inappropriate. But
no, please, yeah.
Oh my God.
Folks,
you heard it here first. Benny's a hero.
The brand is Google devices that it's not a Google.
Blandbach Plus.
Blankbot, something like that.
Bland. There's no K.
Just Google devices that do this on Amazon or whatever the fuck.
This is going to be I can't even handle it. This is great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's been a lifesaver for moving
I
audio files.
It's
shit.
Insane. You
Video
saved
files.
me so much. Okay, great. I'm going to buy that as soon as we're done.
Yeah, no,
on Amazon.
Oh, it's fantastic. Well, part of it's like I had like one of those cords that connects my phone to the computer.
Yeah.
But it's an iPhone and not an Apple computer.
Yeah.
And they don't fucking like talking to each other.
No, they don't chit chat.
Not at all.
Not at all. They're not having a conversation.
So I had to get like a middleman.
I love it.
This is the negotiator.
Yeah, the negotiator. Oh, that got me.
Mixed up. Yeah.
That got me. What time is it? How are we doing?
We're doing good.
Oh, we're doing great.
Yeah, I'm paying attention to the.
Are you paying attention?
Yeah, at an hour, we'll take a break.
Okay.
And then we'll go to the second hour, which is for Patreon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great. Love it. Love to hear it, see it.
I like your tattoo. What is
Thank
that?
you. This is they're pine needles.
Nice.
Yes, they're for my sisters. I grew up in the. My grandparents had a cabin in the woods.
In New Jersey?
In California.
Oh,
San Francisco.
Right, San Francisco.
Yeah. And
I was thinking the pine forest of Jersey, like the.
Yeah, they there's a just up north, about 3 hours of San Francisco, is a place called Clear Lake, and it's beautiful. It's right near Napa, but it's like the crack version of Napa. You know what I mean?
So
the
like
meth version.
wine?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Pretty. Girl.
They still have like vineyards, but it's all for like the cheap stuff.
Yeah, pretty. They do have vineyards now because it's right near a volcano.
Really? What?
Yeah. Yeah. Volcanoes are great for soil or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course you would know this. Look at all your plants.
We talk about how Indonesia has 3 harvest cycles because they have a volcanic. Anyway.
Okay.
We'll talk about that later.
That's kind of fun.
What? Sorry, that's why the I'll talk about that afterwards.
No, you can tell me.
Okay, just real quick. You know how Indonesia is like a series of tiny islands?
Yeah.
Like, but it has like hundreds of millions of people.
Uh-huh.
The reason it's able to do that is because it's in like a warm climate that has like volcanic like ash that has like a really high nutrient soil.
Oh.
So like they're able to have 3 full harvest cycles in a year. Of like, yeah. So anyway, the whole thing.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah,
that's very cool.
That's how they're able to get so much food in such a tiny area. Okay. But anyway, this area outside of Napa also has volcanic.
Clear Lake. Yeah. They have volcanic soil, and it's just starting to get like nicer. But when my grandparents had it or got the land, it was very cheap because it wasn't in the most desirable area. But yeah, anyway, there's 2 big pine trees that go out of the front deck.
Oh, cool.
And as kids, all of the grandkids would sleep on the deck underneath these pine trees.
Oh,
and so I have pine needles for my older sister, me, and my little sister.
That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any tattoos?
I do. I have a frog.
Hi, frog.
Yeah.
Look at that little frog.
Little frog guy.
Little amphibian.
Yep.
Yeah.
Big into frogs also.
You're big into frogs.
Yeah, I like to get obsessed with certain things like frogs or butterflies.
Wow. Yeah, there are a lot of frogs here.
Well, that's kind of like how I write. How do you get obsessed with stuff? Is there like anything you're like obsessed with as an idea?
I used to get obsessed with like things. But I wouldn't say like ideas I get obsessed with.
Well, like what things?
Like I would get obsessed with like soccer, and
sure.
so I would do it and do it and do it. I got obsessed with comedy. I would do it and do it and do it,
that can count as an idea, but at a larger scale.
Yeah.
Or like a verb.
Yeah, but it's more like I
get obsessed with nouns. You get obsessed with verbs.
Yeah. It's more of the action.
Ideas.
Yeah, it's like an addictive personality. I would say.
You ever get into gambling?
No, thank God.
Yeah.
That's what I thank God every day that I don't have that vice. I do have the drinking vice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I drink a lot, but I've recently given it up.
Oh, mazel tov.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. But it's, we're playing with it. Mm-hmm. We're in therapy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But I used to drink a lot. We'll just say that. Caitlin had a problem.
Are you doing the like O'Doul's or like
yes.
seltzer with bitters type thing?
No, like Steve likes they call them NAs, non-alcoholic beers. He likes NAs, and so he'll bring some home, and we'll have that. We had non-alcoholic wine once, and it was nice. But I also I now have other
Isn't that grape juice?
Basically, it's like grape juice. But it's nice to know that it's there for when we go to parties and stuff. You know what I mean? Like we can bring it and be like, it's fine.
Yeah, people. You can definitely like if as a gift you bring like normal bottle of wine, but then like you also bring bottle of wine for yourself.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
It's like we'll enjoy this with dinner.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good. Like I had it and I was like, this isn't awful. It's not like it wasn't like juice. It wasn't sweet. It was like, oh, I could see having a steak with this,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting. It surprised me.
It's got like it's got like a bitterness.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right.
Yeah. It had like the same like tannic.
I bet you that's that shit.
Yeah, and then they also one time I had like a sparkling rosé. So that was cool because it was like, oh, we're celebrating, but we're not getting dizzy.
Right. Yeah.
So it's but also at the same time I thought I was like, oh no, what if I have this non-alcoholic wine and now I just want it all the time? Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh no, I don't. It was like a nice thing to have once and I haven't thought about it since. Yeah. And I was like, that's progress. We're doing it.
That would also be fine though.
Yeah.
If you did want, I don't know. It's like wanting just like a generic food all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That would be fine.
But it made me realize that it's like, oh, maybe my therapist was right and that it wasn't the alcohol I was addicted to. It was I was drinking alcohol because I was anxious. So if I take away the anxiety, then I will drink less, which is what she thinks it is. She doesn't think I'm addicted to alcohol. And now I realize after having that non-alcoholic thing, I'm like, yeah, she's probably right.
That's good. That's good to know about yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And so it gives me hope because we're going to Italy in October. And I would love for then to be like, okay, I can have some wine with dinner in Italy because I'm in frickin' Italy,
right,
you know?
Right, and be able to manage it appropriately.
Exactly.
Like, yeah,
so I'm like, okay, that gives me some hope, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
I guess comedy culture is intertwined with bars and alcohol. But it's like, I know I personally don't drink that much. I don't feel the... like now that you stopped drinking, I'm giving you some good news. People are very kind. People tend to understand. Yeah.
And it's funny that
I don't know how long you've not been drinking.
It's been about 6 months.
Okay, so you know.
Yeah. People have been very kind, and what I've realized is people have been very curious. More than one friend, when I say, "Oh, I don't drink," and we'll still go to a bar and they'll get drinks, and I'll just get like a lemonade, you know.
Yeah.
And I've had friends come up to me and be like, how did you do that? Are you like, how would I go about doing that? And they ask me questions about it. And I'm like, yeah, I'll tell you, you know.
Damn.
And I'm always very clear. It's not forever, you know. It's like, I'm not thinking I'm never going to drink again. But, you know, right now this is what's right for me. But it's funny how many people kind of, especially out of the pandemic, people have been like, oh God, you know,
reconsidering. It's interesting just pairing that mentally with your breathing exercises thing. And like, you clearly have like a series of techniques for combating anxiety or something. It's something that's been on your...
Yeah. So I've been with my therapist for about a year now, and she's really helped with that. Like completely helped me like kind of slow down.
She helped me indirectly. It's not, did she give you those breathing tips or whatever?
She did. Yeah.
Your therapist has gotten my ass.
Oh, good. I'll tell her. You helped Benny.
Show her the set. Show her my set.
Exactly. I will. I'll send it to her. Yeah, it's funny because I did Corden and I assumed that she would have watched it.
Shout out James Corden, friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod, James.
We're almost at it. Oh, no, we're not. Are we? Never mind.
Okay.
I thought it said 57. It says 51.
Oh, okay.
We still have 10 minutes.
Great. But I did James Corden, and I just assumed that she would have saw it, but she never brought it up to me. And I was like, hey, did you ever watch it? It came up like 2 months later, and she was like, no, I only watch your stuff with explicit permission.
Oh, she's a good therapist.
Yeah.
Damn, that's good.
And I was like, oh, you have permission. Please watch it.
Wow.
She's like, okay. And I was like, she's like, do you want me to see it, or do you think it could help me help you? And I was like, I think you should watch it to see what I'm talking about and how I am when I'm on stage, so that when I reference it, you understand what I mean.
And to increase the view count. And
exactly.
And to get a good laugh.
Share it. Yeah. Tell a friend. Like, subscribe.
James I was going for that too.
Yeah, exactly. But so she, but then she watched it. And then I asked her, and she was like, it was great. And I was like, thank you. I need your approval.
That's great. That is good to...
Yeah. It was, she's very nice.
Do you feel like, what's the best technique she's given you for, like, you got the breathing.
The breathing.
You got the substituting.
Well, not even that. She doesn't even know that I do that. It's more the
students become the master.
I know. Yeah. She it's more a what'd she say? Reframing your thoughts. So instead of having a negative thought, you can change it to be a more positive thought. Like I'm bummed I had to take a day off because I'm sick. You know, I hate that I had to take a day off because I was sick. And then the way you reframe it is saying, by taking this day off, I will get healthier to do what I love tomorrow. You know? So it's like reframing those thoughts so that you're not so much self-judgment.
It's like now you can spend that time to do some other stuff you maybe...
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Yeah.
And then you just move on.
Yeah.
You know, you don't dwell on the negative thought pattern. And there's also, I realize there's like a chain of anxiety, like one anxious thing, being anxious about something isn't just affecting you for 10 minutes, it's affecting you for your whole day and you don't even realize it.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's like, what do I need to do in order to stop that chain from affecting my whole day? You know, it's like, oh, I'm anxious about this thing with my mom. Okay, well, instead of having it affect my day, overthinking it, taking it out on Steve, and then drinking, I can just message my mom and get it out of the way, or something like that, you know. Yeah. So she's helped me a lot with that, and I didn't even realize I was doing that. And then once you realize it, you're like, oh, okay, it seems now it's easy, but at the time it was very hard.
Yeah. She really does seem like a good therapist.
She's very good. Yeah.
That's good information. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's like income based too, because when I got with her, it was during the pandemic, and I was very broke.
Right, stand-up comedy.
Yeah, stand-up comedy. Can you believe it? Doesn't pay well at first. Yeah, I know.
I'm aware. I quit my job a bit ago.
Congrats.
And I shouldn't have quite yet. I think I should have gone part-time for a little while. I think would have been the smart move. So now I'm kind of like, well, now, I mean, some things are, like the Comedy Central set just came out. Yeah. Like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right, let me snowball that as fast as I can into more stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How's it going?
It's going well.
Views? Yeah.
Oh, the Comedy Central thing? Yeah, it seems like it's doing. I would say that's gonna be a slow burn. I think.
Yeah.
It seems like it wasn't like an immediate like flash in the pan viral success.
Yeah.
Like we all dream. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The hope and the dream. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think honestly, I just downloaded the video. Yeah. And I'm like cutting up myself.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put out my own clip of it.
Same. That's exactly what I do.
Yeah.
And I talked to the guy who booked us.
I
won't say his name, but
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. He and he said that he's like, yeah, we're well aware that you guys are doing that, and I am putting my hands over my eyes and pretending I don't see anything.
Oh, cool! Really? Yeah. Oh, awesome. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
I was wondering because I was trying to. I was like, am I allowed to do this? And so you kind of giving explicit. Yeah. Semi non-explicit.
Yeah. He's just like this.
They don't want to blow up their spot a little bit, but.
Yeah. They definitely seem to be like.
Hands off. Like,
yeah.
Because it all funnels back. Like if we put a clip out, it funnels back to people watching the main video.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is the whole point.
Whenever I share it, I always say, watch my full set.
Exactly.
At Comedy Central. And same with Don't Tell. When I did Don't Tell, I was like, watch my full set.
I should do one of those.
Yeah, reach out to the guy.
Yeah, people keep telling me to do that.
It's great. They would love to have you. Yeah. You'd be a great get.
It'd be fun. Yeah,
it's so fun, and those get a ton of views.
They're always in like a weird ass place. Which one was yours?
Mine was in San Diego at a at a gym, but like a what's it called? What are those things? The outdoor gyms where they use like tires and shit.
Oh, CrossFit.
CrossFit. Yeah, it was like at a CrossFit-esque gym in San Diego. Yeah, and it was really cool.
Did it come out yet?
Yeah, it came out.
I haven't seen that one. Okay.
Yeah. Watch it, share it, tell your friends.
Would love to.
Please.
We actually we're at 58 minutes. So
great. Okay.
We'll cut to the other one, but first, do you have any plugs? Watch Caitlin's Don't Tell set, her JFL set, her Comedy Central set.
Yeah.
Her, Corden, Colbert.
Yes.
And her upcoming album.
Yes.
Untitled Caitlin Peluffo
album. It's probably going to be called Beast.
Really? Actually?
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then follow me on Instagram at Caitlin Peluffo.
That
would be helpful.
And
my podcast, Good Time Gal Pod.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be on it.
Would love to.
Do you have psychedelic stories, I would imagine.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Good Time Gal. Betty Feldman, future guest.
Rock and roll. Oh, yeah. Okay, my only plugs. Let's see. Punchline. I'm headlining Punchline Philly, May 28th. That's fucking this Sunday.
There we go.
I'll probably put this episode out on the Saturday, so that's going to be tomorrow if you're watching this then.
Perfect.
And then fucking... in the future I'll be in Chicago and Boston, but I'll say those dates as it gets closer. Doing them, anyway. Folks, bye. See you in part 2. Patreon, it's only $4 a month.